What is going on, guys? Welcome to Season 2 of my Crystal Palace Football Manager 2019 Let's Play series. I did start this on the beta, but it's been requested for some of you guys, been getting comments to continue it, but also myself, I wanted to continue, get through the pre-season, the off-season. It takes a few days when I've got other things to do as well. You know, it's something I personally spend a lot of time on. Let me know how often you spend on transitioning into the next season. I like to spend a lot of time making the right signings and a lot of other club operations, let's say, obviously letting go of players, staff, all that good stuff. So guys, let's try and smash 200 likes for this new season especially, but I did want to give you a little bit of an update that I will be a bit busier over the next week, so keep that in mind because, as you know, for those that pay very close attention to my videos as well, watch them all, you would know I'm moving over the next week. That's why my room is empty now. Did that in the past week, just a lot more to move over. So that means, though, about this time next week, I'll be in my new place. So that's the exciting thing. I haven't made really a big spectacle about it, like on social media or anything, like over on Twitter, but I've mentioned videos here and there. So just imagine that time if you've moved houses yourself, but if you're a bit younger and you don't understand the process, yeah, obviously a lot more behind the scenes going on for me at the moment. So I did want to update you just so you understand. Over the next week I'll be pretty busy, but after that be cracking with the videos. I might make an update video a bit separate to this as well, so maybe look out for that. But now we will get cracking into this. I did want to also show you the stuff that happens in pre-season, not just getting straight into the next season and you missed everything that happened in between that. So you'll see there that we did well. The transfer spend for us, we had the most money coming in. We didn't spend much in this first season. In the first season, you can see this is from May, so at really the end of the first season there, not including what we've spent. I'll show you that very, very soon, but at least I was happy with that because, you know, we're in the red a bit kind of when I joined the club at the start of the save. So I wanted to make sure and that we didn't spend too much more, but then we ended up qualifying for Europa League, which was pretty cool. And now you'll be able to look at the end of season awards, the fans player of the season, and there's no surprises there. Wilfried Zaha, 39%, and then Milivojevic, two players that have had interest from bigger clubs that I'm trying to, just warn them off and everything like that. Decline bids while still trying to make those players happy. I've promised them, promised to sell them if they meet the right fee. But again, I put the asking, the value in the settings for the play in the transfer settings that for 200 million, and it kind of scares off teams. And they've kind of gone offering for loans and stuff. Don't even have them loan listed, but because they can't, we can't offer with that, it's too much money. It's my way to scare them off. So hopefully we can keep them. And then also the young player of the season, I think that's deserved as well, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's been very impressive at right back. And see here, things like this as well. You can see the sponsorship deals, the merchandise, like which players' shirts have sold the most. I want to show these things in the video, not skip completely everything in the preseason. So 2 new deals. You can see that's 10.5 million per year, not too bad. The main kit sponsor, so you can see the previous deal and everything like that. So with our performances, you can see all these things. Look, see all the arrows going up. That's really good signs, and it's to be expected with what we were able to achieve in the season. And the shirt sales, maybe no real surprises there. You don't, generally the players that play better, they're most sold. So no surprises. So you kind of expect which shirts will be sold, but it's good to see the actual numbers. And then as we approached this off-season, pre-season, where I was going to bring in some new faces, you can take a look at the budget. We were given 55 million, but I didn't want to go completely crazy, and we'll talk about that because I don't want to be depleted again with the balance. I want to be in good stead in terms of that. And then just to update you on the end of the season completely, how the league panned out. It was pretty crazy because Chelsea went on to win the Europa League. Liverpool actually won the Champions League. So Chelsea still qualified for the Champions League through winning Europa League, and they finished 8th. Was thinking with their finish, they're not going to be in Champions League next season, no European competition, but They still had the chance there themselves. And then, obviously, Man United winning the league. But the thing I wanted to point out, it is very lucky that we did end up finishing 6th. If we finished 7th, we wouldn't have made it in the Europa League. So that was very, very important for us to do that because we were fighting. We were like, oh, we're going to finish 7th because 7th was highlighted as a Europa League finish. But because Chelsea, I guess, winning the Europa League, they qualify for Champions League. So that's another English team in a European competition. And this here is really, really cool. We enjoy a small reputation boost following Premier League campaign. So that will be the great season, of course, but being in European football, going to be in the Europa League. So that's going to increase, I would imagine, throughout the season for sure. We need to expect that, and we're going to expect that. So that's a really good thing. Told you already, one season through, and we're already working on this. And this is why I want to continue as well. Let me know in the comments if you want to see this again long term. Maybe something that was on my mind. I said that at the start of the series, and said it for my other series, Aussie Journeyman, and people, only a few people, not so many or anything, but I see a few comments that you're not going to do it long term because of like you've never done that before, which people, that's wrong. If you want to see long series, I have done them. If you remember my Man United series, did 118 episodes back in FM15. I have done those. I think people like to focus on the ones that weren't long and don't actually focus on the good you do. But anyway, it's just the situation. It's situational things. That's easy enough to say. For a person, like as creating YouTube videos where I'm going to be now because I'm moving into a new place, and there's just those kind of situations. Of course, at home with family and stuff, it's going to be busier, and during times where I was working and stuff, and now I'm going to be focusing completely on YouTube when I move. So it's those kind of things that you got to keep in mind as well, that I don't think everyone, because you just see what you see on YouTube, you know, it's like, oh, he doesn't do long series, but yeah, there's a lot more behind the scenes stuff. But big news, you know, Brexit, well, it has come into effect at the start of the second season. United Kingdom leaves European Union. Yeah, I was going to say, like, leave your thoughts on it, but it's like, it's whatever. I don't have so much knowledge about it, being from Australia, and, like, political kind of stuff I have, like less than zero interest in. It's just, yeah, just in Australia as well, I just find it, yeah, it's, I just don't like paying attention to it so much. It's just annoying, and I have no opinion on it, really, like, so much. Like, some people take it so seriously. But just so you know the rules of it, you can see there, the squad must have no more than 17 foreign players. And I'm like, that's a lot, I think. Like, people say, oh, complaining, it's in Football Manager. It's like, I wouldn't have that many anyway. I wouldn't have, like, the first team squad, I wouldn't have more than 17 foreign players. I would just feel that's weird anyway, not having enough English lads in the team. And then, obviously, yeah, at least 8 players trained in England, yeah, you would have that, and then the squad must have no more than 25 players. So it's not major rules for mine. It's just, that seems fairly normal to me. But now we progressed through the rest of the pre-season, and hey, this is where we'll show you the transfers. This is where the action happens. And yeah, WONDERKID. You may have an idea who he is, if you wonder about the title. Yeah, we'll check that out soon. But first on the players, we sold, you know, Kouyaté to Burnley. Yeah, had a bit of a struggling time with us. Struggled to start. Aging as well, 29. So that's when you start dropping his value, push to 30. Joel Ward, all these other types. This guy was in the reserve, so yeah, we just got a little bit for him. James MacArthur, again, these, like, he's 31. All these types that will be aging a little bit. Van Aanholt, we'll talk about that situation as well for left backs. But I mentioned this previously as well. I always take into account when you sell the player, what's their report like? And it's like, only would be a useless sign, 57 rated. If he was a player I'd scout, he wouldn't be a player I would sign off of that report. And then just a couple lads out on loan. But before we go through the signings, I'll let you know a couple of the staff changes as well. We did bring in Mark Bowen as an assistant manager. Yeah, as an assistant manager, because I thought he was a good candidate. I was looking at a few just to bring in a better guy. Normally, the assistant manager you have is, yeah, not the best. But Ray, yep, he put his season in. He did all right. But yeah, generally, I always like to replace them because there's better options. And Mark Bowen, he's so experienced. He's got that role down to a T of assistant manager in the Premier League and in England. Yeah, he's got great experience with that role. So I think he's still only 55. I think, he's going to be able to do that role that we need as assistant manager perfectly. And we just brought Malcolm in as just to get another scout. He's got great judging potential, 19, and ability fairly good as well, 16. Got a bit of experience in him for sure. He's been a scout for a few teams, most notably Southampton, if you talk about the longest period of time, and Fulham as well. Fulham 10 years there, but in terms of in England, he's been busy. He's been busy in his scouting duties, for sure. Talk about Liverpool only for 3 years, but the biggest team. But to let you know the free signings, we did sign Jordan Lukaku. Was in free, so he's eventually joined. And then I talked about potentially signing Alberto Moreno from Liverpool on a free transfer. His contract was running out. I thought that was a really big signing for us because his experience like playing for Liverpool, European competition as well, like Champions League, he's got experience Europa League as well. So he's a good signing. You might question the left backs. That's why we went to sell Van Aanholt, because I thought we maybe had one too many. So we made those moves. And Jordan Lukaku, we're going to be training him more left midfield now. So we've got that extra position. Left midfield, you could say, is our weakness. We don't have an absolute star on that side. We did bring in Berardi, though. He was actually transfer listed, so able to get him at a cheap fee. But we brought also Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Unfortunately, didn't get a future fee. Sometimes I just skip that. It's not in my mind to put a future fee and thinking, maybe I don't want to sign him permanently. He won't be a type for us to sign permanently, or maybe he won't want to, just for loan. Probably see himself staying at Man United. But being natural in 4 positions is very handy, let's say. But then, in order of the types we brought in on transfer fees, Berardi is 25, ready to perform in his prime now, 25 years old, and still definitely will have a few years at his best. 100%, you can see his value, 20.5. Take a look at his last season. That's the only thing that surprised me. Or if I thought about, his signing, he didn't do that well. And normally he is a fairly decent player. So even if you look at his attributes, you look standout penalty taking, all the other attributes aren't crazy, but he's a type that can maybe just increase in his attributes ever so slightly. Obviously he's 25, so he's not going to go amazing. So I don't know, maybe less so than other years he'd have potential, because he's a year older, of course. But for us, he will be experienced player joining the ranks. We won't have like those average squad guys in the team like last year. Like we have more like getting those lone guys in. We relied on a bit more, and now we've got a bit more talent in terms of that. Berardi, if you take a look at the previous years, like the Zinchenkos and Berengers, those kind of types, you can see the difference in their ability. But then the big signing, a young signing, but a big signing. Florentino Luis here. He is a wonder kid. He is the wonder kid signing for us, and he's a beast. Look at his ratings last season. I know it's the B side, but they really should have promoted him. And that's off only 3 starts, 20 appearances coming off the bench, almost an 8 average rating. But he's so good. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and a few other Premier League teams were interested in him. So, when I got the scout report on him, saw that great potential, but then the teams interested, there was Chelsea and Man United, Liverpool as well. So, all big teams in Champions League. I'm like, this kid has to have the highest potential. I don't mean the highest, but I mean just like a really, really high potential. Look at look at those attributes for a 19-year-old. The next Portuguese talent without a doubt. And he's ready to step up for some first-team football. And you could say big money, 34 million. But he's going to be one of the best central midfielders, defensive midfielder, depends how we develop him. He's going to be so strong. He'll be creative and that stronger type as well. He could be similar to Pogba. He could Paul Pogba. You could see a lot of similarities in his game. And just for a guy like this coming to Crystal Palace, obviously, I'm not sure if he didn't qualify for Europa League, maybe he wouldn't have been interested. And we did have to give him, just beef up his contract a little bit, increase it, so he would want to join as those other teams. I didn't know if they were going to make bids or not. just to secure his contract, secure him with that contract, and we have got a class lad, that is for sure. I just hope he stars for us. And then to show you the pre-season, our friendlies, we won every single one apart from Porto. I wanted to put friendly in there that was more of a challenge, but it was a good opportunity. I thought we got a little bit of profit off that as well. You see, the home team, we got some television rights through those as well. But yeah, we had a pretty good pre-season. Results are okay in pre-season when what you want from it, but yeah, getting the game time into your players is still most important to get the league season off to a good start. And I feel we've got a fairly decent start. See, the first 3 games, Huddersfield, Leicester, and Newcastle, not too bad. And two days away for that Huddersfield one, so we'll get into that. As one player we've struggled to sell is Connor Wickham, even list him for loan, but teams are not offering wages. Like, I want to pay, because I'm not going to let him go for 0. Like, I want to do something with him, you know what I mean? There's teams interested, but only loan. I want to sell him. Maybe I'll take unavailable for loan. Again, I had that previously, because I want to sell him. I want to ship him out. Okay, go down 400k. During the preseason, a couple teams made offers, like bid accepted, but the contracts, in the bids, I think one got accepted, and he didn't want to join them. He decided to stay, so that's a problem as well. But then from there, other teams kept putting in, like, for us to continue to pay his wage or pay a portion of it, and I don't want them in the deal. So yeah, he's been a tough one to sell, and I see, like, loaning him out and still paying his wage is not what we want to do, really, when he's still on a decent wage, like first team wage, not like an under 18s or under 23s player. And to give you a gauge of the balance as well, it was sitting pretty good. We made our signings, and we were in the red before we sold a couple. We shifted out MacArthur, Van Aanholt, and yeah, not just to get the money, but yeah, I knew they wouldn't play so much, and getting older, I thought it would be a good time to sell, just so we can be in the plus. Yeah, to not be in the red is a nice feeling, and you can see 100% of transfer revenue. So we were sitting in a nice position financially, I think, because the first season, like I said, the mix with not spending so much, but then the profit we made from the good season we had. Oh, but look at this. The first Premier League game of the season. Could West Ham cause a surprise against Chelsea here? And they do. Even with a late sending off, Chelsea would have seen an opportunity there. But West Ham, Arnautovic scores the opening goal of the Premier League season. But take a look at these partnerships that we already have. Let's take a look at the tactics. And Wan-Bissaka and Berardi, they've also got a connection, for sure. And Luis and Milivojevic already? These new signings have connections. Already. They've built strong partnerships. Sacco and Tompkins, they've got a connection, even though that's a bit lower, but that's weird. Like, I thought they could have the strongest. And Zaha Benteke, what? Man, the pre-season must have been good. I'm excited for this upcoming season. Wow. You might think, it will take time to gel. Maybe that's been in the pre-season. Let's hope for that. I'm excited now. I'm pretty confident. I think we could go top 4, potentially. Maybe I shouldn't get too excited, but I mean, when you see that, you can only get confidence from that for sure. And one of the youth players, Luke O'Connor, he's been training so well, improving. That jumping reach, I'm pretty sure it was 1, and now it's gone up to 3. Yeah, take a look right there. That's gone +2. That's gone, look at that, from July. In July, it's 1. In July, it was 1. And then jumping roll, 2.8. If you want to look at the Pacifics here, that's some good development. When we had our youth intake, we had a few guys, and he didn't look like the best out of them all, because we had some, great talents, that's for sure. If we just sort by value here, this guy looks real good. Ugur. Again, I'm still not 100% on his pronunciation, but yeah, he's great talent. He's been improving a little bit. But then the goalkeeper, Charlie Blackwood, that's a reason. That's a reason to go with this series, continue this long term. And yeah, like I said, if you guys still show the interest, I'm pretty sure I'm going to still continue this, and I will be doing these long term. And I really want to see I want to see that myself. Like, I can't wait till we get through 3, 4, 5 seasons, and who knows how many episodes, we push to 40, 50 episodes, and really see how things are looking at that point in time, and yeah, how the save is going, and how the series has progressed, because yeah, I want to be doing those long-term series, and like I say, I will be from now. I think some people don't think I will because of the past, but like I said earlier about the situations I've been in compared to now, and yeah, going forward. But then also to take a look at the competitions we're in and the expectations. Reach second knockout round in the Europa League, top half finish in the Premier League, and I did choose the minimum expectation. I didn't increase them, so let's see if we can reach that. 5th round FA Cup and also 4th round in the League Cup. And still no offers for Wickham, so who knows what we're going to do with him. Then also Moreno is now a British citizen, so you're probably going to see that a bit more. Players opting to get the citizenship. Now, Wolves, Liverpool play out at a 0-0 draw there. So let's just head into the season, though. First game for us for the season. This is always an exciting time. I'm really excited. You get so, after your transfers, everything, you're just wondering how you're going to go. And when you make a signing, I'm so excited, but also not nervous. But okay, it's good to see a little bit of progression already. When his personality is a model citizen and he's a wonder kid, you just know he's going to have the right kind of mindset just to be like a class player, but a great, like a role model for sure. He could develop into just one of those players that young guys look up to coming up in the game. So that will be a perfect player to have in the team. So, I hope he just dominates, and then Berardi as well, I think, to mix with Zaha, Benteke. And I still want to go with this. You got the winger pushed up, brings a good balance. Milivojevic, defensive mid. I'm liking it, guys. If I'm thinking about anything, okay, we might need to add another couple guys into the subs bench. And yeah, we've got a pretty strong side as a whole. I think Wickham we're going to drop. Sorloth, he'll be that other striker, like the backup. Then Townsend. Like, hey, this is a fairly strong side. So, yeah, Fosu Mensah. What do I wonder about Fosu Mensah? What would his rating be as a centre-back, though? Yeah, it wouldn't be as good. So, I'm still happy with Tompkins and Sacco. Pretty good experience there. And don't forget, there's Dan. We can think about him being another type. Then Riedel. So I do feel we have enough centre-backs, but I just wonder the quality. Do we need another quality guy in the team? Take a look at Riedewald. He's 22, so he's still got 4-star potential ability. Maybe you have to give him a go every so often. But anyway, guys, we are going to progress, sticking with the same tactics unless we see a reason to change. Let's head into this one. So here we go. Definitely home match. Playing against Huddersfield. We should be looking to win this, and also I've let Mark Bowen just set the tactical instructions for the opposition instructions. That's why I wanted in system manager to have a pretty decent knowledge, like tactical knowledge, which it is 15, and being an experienced assistant manager as well, I feel he'll be fairly good tactically to apply those instructions we would need. To owe Huddersfield after last match, it's a good opportunity. I always like when that shows, because you can get a very motivating reaction from your players. We'll go assertively. Yep, we're confident, and that's the only question we have to ask. But come on, I feel we have a big season. We have a fairly easy start to the season as well, like a pretty decent draw early. So yeah, I don't want to put expectations of like top 4 even, but in the back of your mind, you just want to have the best season possible. Even winning the league. That'll be crazy second season for Palace, but hey, we may have a good start here. Come on, Christian Benteke, what a start. Come on. Yes, because these attacking players we have, and look at him, Luis there. He doesn't get an assist or anything, just to see him in the play, in the build-up there. Benteke with that clean finish, and Berardi with an assist, so he's gotten a good start. Just the mix of those lads there. You got Zaha, Benteke. We already know what they can do. We've seen that last season. And then Berardi, he's a pretty good attacking player. I think he'll fit in that style. If you take a look, he's a good dribbler. I think we may change the pen taker. Like, he has to be the penalty taker for sure. He'll be so clinical. So in case we get one at one point in this match, let's put him first. So yeah, we just add him in case we get one in this match. But I'll change that, obviously, in the tactic settings, as per normal. But then, I'm still I don't know if wary is the right word. Schlupp, yeah, he's not a star or anything like that. But, hey, maybe Lukaku could come in, challenge him for that position as well. Don't forget, we signed Lukaku on a free, so we've still had those deals we've had to make on the cheap. Yeah, signed him on a free, just working the transfer market, but hopefully you don't make any silly errors here. Tompkins, a bit of an ambitious ball there, and maybe should have went to play it a bit more safe. That was a double tackle there. Did you see that? That was real good. Zaha, go on. I just feel we're going to have another big season of scoring goals with the guys up front. Berardi, Zaha, Wilfred, he's got it done. And Berardi, 2 assists. I feel we've just got an assist king coming up that we've just signed. Another guy fairly on the cheap because he was actually transfer listed. Ooh, what a ball. That was pinpoint. That was pinpoint to Zaha. Even looking at Berardi's stats, that's why I clicked on him before. Look, he's passing 14, technique 15. His first touch as well. He's got 14s and 15s there for those. So, especially when he's on form as well, or when he's training well and he's confident, yeah, you're going to see him really star. And without making any changes, there wasn't really another highlight. Oh, that wasn't good. Aaron Moy, he normally would punish you there, the Australian lad. So we're lucky he missed. Let's just make sure we defend this, though. Well done. Well done. That was an easy save. Let's just make it into halftime. Make it into halftime here. And so, yeah, they're being the key guys. Everyone else, well, yeah, Waiter has got 7, but the rest, yeah, no high ratings. So I'm going to go assertively. We'll go assertively, say, very happy with the performance. Nice 2-goal lead. Like, to kick off the season, we have come out firing. We really, really have. Now, Schlupp. Nothing to happen there. Okay. Benteke. Berardi again. Yep, Schlupp gets on the score sheet there. Okay. Berardi, he couldn't get a hat-trick of assists there. Probably deserves it. He's the one that put that key ball in. Really good ball. Zaha should have finished. And Schlupp tucks... I'm going to say Schlupp may be the weakness in the team, left midfield. But he's still come up and he gets that goal. He's got pace. And he's suddenly, yeah, one of the better players in the game. But we're about 61, 62 minutes in. We got to think about changes. And Milivojevic hasn't been a star in today's match, and he's on a yellow. We wouldn't want to get a red. See, this is where we could bring on Fosu Mensah, and we could have a guy that can play pretty well. Okay, he doesn't have 100% like accomplished role or anything like that, but we can play him Anchorman. Benteke's had a great game, but 71%. We don't want to be getting injuries early in the season. Sorloth can come on here. And he'll just, yeah, both target man, he'll play a similar role. And we haven't really needed to make so many changes. And we're 3-0 ahead. So, yeah, we don't really feel a change is needed. And we're killing it. We're really killing this match. 10 shots on target. Might just make that final change now. Berardi, again, good, solid debut. For sure with his assists. And we've got Townsend. I'm thinking who out, like Lukaku. But Schlupp, yeah, Schlupp, I don't want to make a sub just for the hell of it, just to bring Lukaku on. We still go the best. Townsend will have to probably change. He's more preferred as a winger, and I feel he'll get less game time this season. You can kind of picture how the season will go. Berardi will be the main starter on that right wing, but being in another competition now, being in Europe, we'll have to rotate a little bit more. So the players who would have played less in the league last season, yeah, they're going to get more of a chance. The ones I didn't sell anyway. But yeah, how about that? Jeffrey Schlupp, he was our best player. If we head into the dressing room, yeah. So Schlupp really did have a great game, but don't forget, Benteke's performance was very good. It was very good, was more than the goal he scored. We'll say passionately, yeah, great victory, nice victory. But there, to take a look at those individual stats, there's a lot there. There's Benteke, he had a couple key passes there. There's a lot of stuff you can see here. There's a couple fouls there, interceptions. It was the headers, the key headers he wins as a target man. Wouldn't always get assists from them, but it helps generate an attack. And I think, a couple of those key passes led to a goal if we watch back the highlights. So we did have the superior finishing there. Berardi makes his debut, and we had a few other debuts there as well, and they all were really solid. We didn't really see anyone out of place. That was Benteke's 30th league goal for Crystal Palace, so Liverpool will pay the 500k there. But Benteke, he was on form. He scored the goal, but was the key headers. He won 15 headers, 78%. But to win 15 headers during a match for your striker, for your target, that's going to create so much opportunity for you. He's always a danger when he's that strong and tall. I wouldn't say he's insanely tall, but it's still pretty tall, 191 centimeters. That's tall, that strong, that tall, that strong, and having that great heading attribute as well. And only 11 finishing, but his finishing still feels better than that, and he has much more to his game. He can score goals, but then, such a danger because that helps you create, like within a highlight, when you've got, say even just from a goal kick or kicking the ball forward, getting it up there, it gives you an extra chance of that highlight being for you because there's a better chance he'll win a header than maybe another striker, an average striker, even a quality finisher. If we talk about someone like Zaha, if another team has a guy like Zaha, just as an example, and for us, but those headers are one. You get my point for sure. Look, heading for, obviously other teams will have target men for sure, but Benteke, you say, is one of the best in terms of that. For us, he's getting the job done anyway, so that's a big thing with target men. You don't just look at their finishing ability or how much goals they score. They can create a lot for you, especially, when you play a target man. It's so good to have them partnered with a guy like Zaha anyway, a quicker guy, dribbling, good first touch, everything like that, with the ball at his feet, creates opportunities for himself as well. So, just makes it so dangerous. So, I think those three together are main attacking players. I say, then Schlupp comes up with the goal as well, gets forward. Again, his overall ability is maybe not so amazing. 3-star ability. He says it's a con that he's a leading player in the championship and not even a Premier League quality player apparently, and scores in the first Premier League game of the season. So I think he's still going to be doing all right. He's always dangerous with that pace, but we are going to leave it here, guys. Leave that thumbs up. Like I said, guys, if we could smash 200 likes to debut this second season here, just to see your excitement for the second season. And again, if you want to see this turn into a long-term series, I know people just do their beta saves, but I feel like there's no reason not to continue this. We did all right, and I can see exciting things happening now in this save with Crystal Palace. So, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know with everything you've seen in this video, and I'll see you guys in the very next one.